Hello, good afternoon Year 6. Welcome to your next STEM challenge. Now today we are going to be looking at building a boat. Okay, so excellent work, or excellent work, see what I did there, last week. This week you need to create a boat for your astronaut to arrive safely back to land. NASA made a mistake, they've landed in water, you need to now design a boat to get them back to land. Remember to not only complete this task, but you need to also photograph or film yourself investigating and then reflecting upon your work. I had some excellent work last week, okay, it's really, really good. Now let's look at this week's here. Why do boats float? Well, let's think about this one. I've got a paperclip here, and I've got a glass of water, and when I drop the paperclip in, it sinks. But boats are much heavier than paperclips. And let's try this ball. This floats. Why is that? Why something like a paperclip sink, but something like a ball or much bigger, a boat, why does that then float? Well, let's have a little look here. Okay then. One of the key things here to look at is buoyancy. Now, buoyancy is the scientific name for the upward force that is exerted by a fluid that opposes the weight of an object. Now, very simply, that's the ability to float in a liquid. If something is buoyant, it can float in a liquid. And now this is to do with density. That's the first part of this, is density and how heavy something is relative to the space that it takes up. Now, let's have a little look between going from the paperclip to this, to the two balls. I've got a bowling ball and I've got a volleyball. If I was to put a bowling ball in water, of course that's going to sink straight away because it is very dense. It's very heavy for the size of it. Whereas this one here, the volleyball, this is a lot lighter, and if I was to put it in water, it would float, even if they were the same size. That is because this object is much denser. This one is lighter, it is filled with air, there's air inside it, okay, it's not as heavy. And it's also to do with water displacements, okay. When we put something into water, it moves the water to the sides. Now think of an ice cube, for example. If you drop an ice cube into a glass full of water, okay, the water that comes out of the glass is the exact same volume as the ice cube, okay, it's occupying the same amount of space. Whereas these things here, the density would force this down, okay, it displaces the water, but then it goes straight down to the density, whereas this would displace the water, okay, but is much better controlled, it is not as dense. But, hold on, but again, boats are heavier than a bowling ball. Well, yes, but boats have lots of empty space underneath them. They may be very heavy, they may be made out of very dense materials, okay, metals, but even with the metal it's made from, even with all the cargo and all the people on top, there's still a lot of empty space underneath. And they've been designed, you can see if you look at the shape of these, they are designed to displace the water, okay? This, combined with the empty space, helps it to stay afloat, okay? It makes it buoyant. Now then, your challenge, as already mentioned, is due to miscalculations by NASA, your space capsule has just landed in the sea. Whoops. You now need to make a boat that can carry your astronaut, or any egg, okay, to safety. Now, if you want the competition part of the challenge, how many astronauts can fit into your boat before you either A, run out of space, or B, you sink, okay? So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for you to design a boat and then test it, okay? So, here are some ideas. I would like you to use household items again to make this, okay? So you don't need to buy anything special or anything fancy. Go around your house and try and find things that will float and can hold an egg. So here are some examples here. Here's some other ones that have been made previously. Notice the sails on these, okay? Maybe when you finish, you can even have a race. Get mum or dad or brother or sister to make one as well and have a race. Blow them, see who can get to the end first, okay? Whilst holding your astronaut, of course. So, these have been made out of plasticine, we've got straws, we've got just tissue paper, normal paper, we've got tin foil, okay? Here are some more, again, tin foil ones here. You can see that they'll be holding coins, and they've been made out of everyday objects. And that is what you're going to do, okay? As usual, you are going to plan and design, in this case your boat first, Think about what materials you could use, and you could only use household items, but no plastic boxes. These are called Tupperware boxes, things that you put food in to keep them fresh for longer. So none of these boxes, okay, because it's very easy to put these in and go there, got rid of bulbs. You cannot use these boxes, okay? You have to come up with something different. You can use any household item, but not a Tupperware box, okay? Think about buoyancy and think about the density of these objects as well. Then you will create your boat. Bonus points for boats with sails, all that can move. 3, you'll then test it as usual. You'll place it into the body of water. Now, generally that's probably going to be your bathtub, okay? Fill your bath with some water, doesn't need to be much, and put it in. And then 4, record and film your reflections. What went well? What didn't go so well? And what could you improve, or what would you do differently next time? There's always room for improvement. You will not get dojos unless you do this part as well, okay? And remember to photograph and to film yourself making, investigating, and then reflecting at the end. I've had some really, really good examples, okay, so far, so keep up the excellent work. Right then, that is your task year 6. So, I would like you to go and build a boat, thinking about buoyancy and density. No plastic tubs. Who can make a boat that holds their egg? Or, if you're on a competition, who can hold the most amount of eggs on their boat while it is still afloat and, okay, the eggs are not falling out. Have a good task year 6. I look forward to seeing your results. Thank you.